keep healthy. This is important. And this process we call homeostasis. You got my point. Very simple notion, very simple concept. The
Yes,
process
sir.
or the system helps us to keep healthy. This is homeostasis, right? Okay, let's go back to the slides. What it's written. So you can say the basic living unit of our body is the cell, right? Basic unit of life is cell. We know it. And the entire body contains about 100 trillions of cells. And do you know, could you remember, I called it tissue fluid or body fluid. Okay, body fluid. If I draw it in the, so lots of cells are there, right? And cells together makes tissue, right? And only a certain or a fixed amount of water or fluid can be found inside the cell, what we call, which one we call cytoplasm. Okay, but to maintain our system running, functioning, a lots of water is necessary, right? Can you see the picture? Can you see the picture? So these are the cells, right? These are the cells, and these are the different these intracellular areas, and these intracellular areas. So lots of water can be found whenever we drink water. Whenever we drink water, the actually body adjusts the our body keep the extra amount of water in the uh, tissue level, right? In the extracellular or extracellular areas as a tissue fluid, okay, as a tissue fluid. And our cells, like they float on the tissue fluid, they float on the tissue fluid, okay. And you know, 860 20% of adult human body is fluid, and cells are just bathed in this fluid. And tissue fluid forms the internal environment in which human body cells live. Keep in mind, internal environment. Okay, it's include the different kind of ions, different kinds of um, um, water, different kinds of macromolecules, right? Macromolecules. So many things that consist the internal environment. And we define homeostasis by like the maintenance of nearly constant internal environment inside the body is called the homeostasis. Okay, so some of the crows are disturbing us, isn't it? Or it's I'm listening the crow's voice. Anyway, so hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So maintenance of nearly constant internal environment inside the body cells is called the inside the body is called the homeostasis. And when the internal environment is constant, we are healthy. But when the internal environment is unstable, means we are unhealthy. So one of the important okay, can you tell me one point? If we go to the doctor, if we visit the doctor, what is their first task? How they approach us?
They ask us about the problem.
But they also seek some of the information, right? They take notes on the temperature. They take notes on the breath. I mean, heartbeat. Yes, heartbeat. Right, heartbeat and temperature and any other symptom. Ask about the any other symptoms. Right. So means these are the components of the homeostasis. Like we have a fixed amount of temperature inside us, that is 37 degrees Celsius. And if it is increase or decrease, means uh, this is unstable condition, internal unstable internal condition. But if the temperature is fine, if the heartbeat is fine, means your internal environment is stable or constant. Okay, and which one we call homeostasis. Okay, and as we said, immunity systems and homeostasis. Actually, immunity system is also a part of the process. Okay, part of the process of homeostasis. Okay, let's go back to the slides. So, and how it is done, right? How this homeostasis process is maintained in the body. Because if I feel hungry, does someone ask me or notify me that you are hungry, please take your food? Or if I feel thirsty, does someone ask me, you are feeling thirsty, take your food, take your water? Is it? Or we feel by ourselves? Which one?
Feel it by ourselves.
Ourselves, right? So actually, homeostasis process is controlled by feedback mechanism, and this is totally autonomous. This is not actually maintained by someone, right? Maintained by someone. This is autonomous. And how the feedback mechanism works. So you can see the feedback mechanism consists of three parts. One is the sense organ, right? Sense organ. So আমরা in Bangla we know পঞ্চ ইন্দ্রিয়, জানো পঞ্চ ইন্দ্রিয় কোনগুলো? পঞ্চ ইন্দ্রিয় কোনগুলো?
চোখ,
চোখ,
নাক,
কান, নাক,
কান,
হ্যাঁ, ত্বক,
মস্তিষ্ক।
no, no, ত্বক, yes, touch means touch, right? আর কি আছে?
Tongue.
টেস্ট আছে, হ্যাঁ, টেস্ট আছে, স্মেল আছে, টেস্ট, স্মেল, আইস, ইয়ার, and right, skin. So these are the five sense. Okay, five sense, and these five sense, they consist the sense organ. I mean, দেখো আমাদের চারপাশে ধরো একটা রুমের টেম্পারেচারটা বেড়ে গেল বা কমে গেল, how we can recognize it, right? Or this is automatic. We have some body sense organ, right? So sense organ, and they help to identify, to recognize the changes of the environment. And another one, next one is the control center. Control center, usually the brain is our control center. Brain is not the sense organ, brain is the control center. So what happens when we find the temperature increase or temperature decrease, sense organ detect the change, and then they send information to the brain, and brain analyze it, and then help us to decide or to take decision what to do. So if the temperature, ধরো আমাদের, this is very common, এই যে the breakdown of corona virus, right? Outbreak of the coronavirus disease. And আমরা কিভাবে এটা সেন্স করতে পেরেছি? আমাদের ধরো পত্রিকা দেখে, নিউজ দেখে, তাই না? নিউজ দেখে আমরা we recognized it, and then secondly আমরা think করছি through our brain that if we go outside, we can get in touch with the patients or some of the infected people, and then we get infection. So in that case, to this information, right, helps us to avoid this to disease. We are in quarantine, and we are staying inside the house, right? So means our brain telling us what to do, what is the right thing to do in the new circumstances. And also next one is the responding organ. Sense organ collect the information, control center analyze the information and take decision, and then responding organ they actually execute the decision, right? Execute the decision. So these three parts actually take uh, part in the feedback mechanism or homeostasis process. Did you get my point? Right, and you can
Yes, sir.
you can relate these information, these feedback mechanism to your own life, to your real life. Okay, so it would be really easy to understand for you. And next slide is what organs actually involved in the homeostasis process. Almost all the important organs like lungs and respiratory tract, heart and circulatory system, liver and pancreas, and gastrointestinal tract, kidneys, musculoskeletal system, skin, nervous system, endocrine glands. Means all the important organs, they take part in the homeostasis process. Okay, so I will explain one by one in the following slides. But can anyone tell me how kidney take part in the homeostasis process?
They
Anyone?
filter the
They
waste product.
filter the waste products. Okay, this is one of the parts. And any other important point? Actually, they help us to remain the amount of water inside the body. You will find it very simple. If you drink more water, so immediately after some time, you will feel urination, right? You have to urinate, means we have to go to washroom immediately after drinking some amount of water, because of the kidney. Kidney helps us to retain or retain the fixed amount of water inside the body. If it is increased, it must be removed from the body. And okay, so like kidneys, even skin helps us to maintain the temperature in our body. And nervous system, as I already says, they collect the information of the changes, internal and external environments, and send information to the brain. And um, heart and circulatory system take part in the process, because what the main function of heart is to pump the heart, right? And this pumping helps to circulate the blood throughout the body. And this circulation helps, because blood contains the nutrition. Blood also carries the oxygen, nutrition, and also carries carbon dioxide. These are very, very necessary to be transported throughout the body to every cell. Otherwise, the respiration will be hampered. The amount of carbon dioxide or toxic elements will be increased in the body and resulted in the uh, unhealthy or unhealthy situation, disease situation inside us. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. And lungs and respiratory system, I already just mentioned, a fixed amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide must be there inside. uh, Maybe I'm not sure, you may have some experience or not, but somebody, if the amount of oxygen increase or amount of oxygen decrease from the air, what happens? We feel suffocation, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
this suffocation means the increased amount of the gases, right? Increased amount of gases.
Yes, sir.
So Actually, lungs and respiratory tract helps us to inspire the oxygen. Means to inhale the oxygen and expire the carbon dioxide. These are very, very necessary for us for the formation of energy through respiration. Okay, expiration and inspiration. So through which lungs and respiratory tract take part. And the next one is the heart and circulatory system. Heart and circulatory system. Actually, heart pumps the blood, and circulatory system. Uh, so they help to transport the nutrition, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. So they are also very, very important for us. So maybe your lungs and like lungs and respiratory tract is very fine, right? But your circulatory system, your heart is not working properly. What will happen? No, nothing functional, right? So all the all the organs, like this one, all the organs must be functions properly to keep healthy. Otherwise, this is a disease state, right? And actually, homeostasis process always works to function properly, functioning properly. So, heart and respiratory system is very important for the transportation of the gases and uh, nutrition. And kidneys, as I already said, kidneys, uh, they keep the blood and tissue fluid clean by filtering the substance not needed for the cells. So they must be expelled from the body. Usually, uh, carbon dioxide means gaseous waste material expelled from the body through the lungs, but the liquid waste material expire from the body through kidneys. Okay, kidneys or and the kidneys do it through osmoregulation. The process is called osmoregulation. Okay, the excess amount of urea, uric acid, right, ions and water from the food that we take, right, that we take, and these the extracellular fluid there all expelled from the body through osmoregulation and through kidney. And this is just one of the process of, of osmoregulation. When we drink water, a lot of liquid, the water content of our blood rises, right? And this is detected by special sense organs. Our kidneys responded to increasing the amount of water in the urine. As a result, great amount of more dilute urine is excreted until the water level in the tissue fluid returns to the normal. Means how kidneys take part in the homeostasis process. This is one of the example. If we take more water, then we feel urination, and we expel the extra amount of water through urine. Okay, so this is one of the example.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so maybe our time is over 9:30.
Yes, sir.
So we will start from the skin, and I will suggest you to read, to go through the slides before the class. Okay, before the class, so it will be really helpful for you, because if you identify the issues before, then maybe we can have some time to discuss, right? Okay, so today I will give you some extra times, okay, to check the meet copies. Those of you, like to check the meet copies, you can stay with me, uh, and those of you already checked, you can leave the class with a goodbye, okay, and take care. Okay, um, I'm telling you Okay, one by one. Okay. Takrima Taznur Tofa. Takrima Taznur. Are you here? Takrima Taznur is not here. Takrima Taznur. Okay. And Hasnat Mohaiminul Khan. Hasnat Mohaimin.